completed this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 4. Yes, this is a real copy, and I'm already bored out of my skull with this game. And Resident Evil 4 fans, Resident Evil 4 purists are going to be upset because, as you can see on the screen, this is the old classic, the iconic game that everyone knows and loves. All of this, all of what you're seeing is cut. Cut. Cut.
Throne room, cut. Laser room, cut. Cable cars, cut.
Cut.
Dragon room, cut. Truck sequence, cut.
All of what you're seeing is cut. All of what you're seeing is cut.
Throne room, cut. Laser room,
Cut. All of what you're seeing is cut.
there's more. U3,
Cut.
U3,
Cut.
U3,
Cut.
Salazar statue, still in the game. However, all of this sequence here.
Cut.
The cage room with the Wolverine guy. Just cutscene now. Just cutscene now. This Gatling gun room.
Cut.
This room where the floor comes down on you.
Cut. Cut.
It's not even Resident Evil 4 anymore. And people are saying, well, Michael, you're helping out in this game, you know, nothing. You're just focusing on the negative. Why don't you do a reverse Uno card and come on a little word, tell us what they replaced? Well, I can't do that.
All of what you're seeing is cut. All of what you're seeing, 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 cut.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, folks at home. We are live on the Sunday Night Showdown. We hope you're having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods. We are live on this gorgeous Sunday, folks at home. And boy, oh boy, do we still have more to say on this all-new edition of Resident Evil 4. We're done playing it, however. I'm not doing any more streams playing this slot because it's that damn bad. We've already uninstalled it, threw the disc right in the case, and that's where it's going to stay for probably ever because it's total slop, total garbage. But I'm seeing a lot of retards online, stupid idiots rather, that think this game is great. And I'm going to tell you right here and right now, they're just flat out wrong. If you like this all-new edition of Resident Evil 4, you're probably not a real, true Resident Evil fan, period, end of story. So if you are a true Resident Evil fan, let's get a 1 in the chat. If you're a true Resident Evil fan, let's get a 1 in the chat. If you're a fake Resident Evil fan, let's get a 2 in the chat. We don't care about your opinion if you think it's great. You got bad taste, okay? You love the smell of fish. We don't care if you think it's great. We really don't give two shits over here, okay? There's literally hundreds of other channels that are going to give you the same take that you've already wanted to hear. The game's been out for 9 days, okay? If you haven't formulated your opinion, then it doesn't matter at this point, okay? And most of you, quite frankly, have formulated your opinion. You don't come in here anymore, and I know who they are. They don't come in here anymore because they, first of all, they agree with me with the demo, and they said the demo was trash. They said the demo was garbage. They said this game feels like trash. It feels like you're underwater. You're controlling Leon. He's sluggish. He's this. He's that. And then they don't come back in here, or they play some stupid-ass gimmick. But here's the reality. There's no gimmick over here, okay? Because I'm telling you straight up, this game's trash. And when the Crowcat documentary releases, I guarantee the narrative is going to change, and people are going to go from like, oh yeah, this was a masterpiece, but maybe it's just not as good as the original. And I can't wait until that documentary releases, but nonetheless, we're going to have to wait because quality takes time. It is not fast food like McDonald's where they just throw it out and you consume They're marinating that steak and they're making sure it's as best as it can possibly be. Well, I mean, I can tell you the truth. I can tell you the reality of the situation, but what's the point when you don't believe me to begin with? I'm not going to put a fucking big video together when only 200 people are going to watch. I don't care. It's not that important to me. I already know what's missing. I already know what's cut. I already know how fucking terrible it is. But if you can't see that, well, then I can't help you. It's as simple as that. If you can't come out of the woodwork and look at it for what it is, then I don't know what to tell you. But you look at the user scores for this game, and it's terrible on every platform. Terrible on every platform. So I think that speaks volumes. I think that speaks volumes. Gropecat is not missing in action. He's making the video. It takes time to put out quality content, but you wouldn't know about that, would you? You surely wouldn't know about that. I would, because I we actually produced content back in the day, but 200 people showed up, and I said, well, I'm not doing it no more. If only 200 people are watching, fuck that. I'm not putting a video together that takes 20 hours to edit. I'm not doing that. If only 200 people are going to watch, we can just stream and not have to edit anything, you know? It's just a lot better, so... Yeah, the user scores are terrible for this demake. The user scores are terrible for this demake. The shills infest this show. They love it. They can't, you know, the game's so good, the game's so amazing, but they can't help but come back over here, so it is what it is. It is what it is, folks at home. Those are fake reviews. Okay, that's your opinion. How are they fake reviews? See, every time this shit happens, you want to flip the narrative and just sit there and say, "Oh, the user scores don't matter." But when Saints Row bombed, the new Saints Row last year, when that bombed, you came out of the woodwork and you said, "Oh, the user scores are so bad, it's terrible, it's garbage, it's this, it's that." But now those don't apply to this game because it doesn't fit your narrative. And we got to hold the computer down because it's fucking windy as hell out here, and I'm sure you can hear it. It is windy as hell out here, and I'm sure you can hear it. You're fake. No, I'm actually real, but if you believe I'm fake, well, you can believe whatever you want. We went to the moon in 1969, and Neil Armstrong came down and said, "Hey, we went to the moon," and people still don't believe that, so I don't know what to tell you. It's you know, you can believe what you want. That's your choice. If you think I'm fake, great. I'd rather be fake than a shill, if that makes any sense. We're going to start banning shills in here. I'm tired of hearing their same old slop. They come in here to say nothing. I don't want to hear your dumb opinion. Unless you got talking points that are actually interesting and can actually contribute to the discussion here, I don't want to hear your dumb bullshit about how it's a 10 out of 10. Because it makes no sense.
Luis Hernandez donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Keep pushing.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate that. Luis Hernandez coming through, popping the cherry. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Luis Hernandez coming through, popping the cherry. Thank you so kindly, Luis Hernandez coming through and popping the cherry with the $4.99. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Luis Hernandez coming through. And the computer is not wanting to stay located here today, so we're going to have to hold it down. The wind is very strong here.
Snare FG donated $10.
Snare FG coming through.
I was watching a speedrunner play it. Then after he died, the number of enemies doubled in the room. Great game, they tested it and it's great.
Great, glad you have that great take. I don't care. The amount of shills for this game is unfathomable. I've never seen it like this for any other game. Cyberpunk, nope. Elden Ring, nope. The amount, it's because Resident Evil isn't as big as those games. So you're hearing it a lot louder.
Thank you.
You're hearing it a lot louder.
CTR 8008 donated $1.99 through
Why did you lie about the cut content? I didn't lie.
Cut content to you viewers?
I didn't lie. Okay, let me ask you this. What would be the purpose of me lying about cut content? You think I'm that fucking low? Of course you do. I didn't lie about cut content. I beat the game twice before the damn thing released. I didn't see the throne room. I saw your comment. I saw your little comment over there on some fucking video, on one of my videos. I didn't lie about the throne room being cut. I had no knowledge it was in the game because it's tucked away, so I don't even know where it's at. I literally don't know where it's at in this game. I beat it multiple times. It's some side mission thing. It has to be. So I went through the game twice, and I didn't see a fucking throne room. And since the throne room was not where it was supposed to be, I was under the impression that it wasn't in the game. And I have since come out and said I was wrong about the throne room not being in the game. But if you're still offended after that, well, then you can kiss my ass and my foot. Okay? I don't care. I don't care, Mac. You know what? You can kiss my ass and kiss my foot. When you walk in McDonald's and you say McDonald's sucks, they're going to kick you out. It's the same thing over here. You want to come over here and disagree and add nothing? If you want to add stuff to the conversation, that's fantastic. But you're just saying shit to fucking get a reaction. Go do something else with your time, please, for the love of God. Okay? I'm tired of hearing about how it's a 10 out of 10. I don't care. I don't care. No, I said the Salazar statue was cut within the context of that sequence, you dumb fuck.
You.
I said the Salazar content was cut because within that sequence was not in the game. It's not my problem, you're a stupid idiot. It's not my problem, you're a stupid idiot. These Resident Evil fans seem to... I'm going to start banning these Resident Evil fans because they're losers. They're actual losers. Adrian coming through, hell yeah, by the way, I appreciate that. It's a great game, bro. What's the problem? Well, your mother came over and she told me she didn't appreciate your what you were saying, so that's the problem. Get these dungeon losers out of here, okay? So sad. If you want to say why it's actually great and actually say something of substance, and there you go, we'll talk. But until then, you're just going to sit there and say 10 out of 10 remake. No one wants to hear that shit, okay? It's not a 10 out of 10, it's trash. And when Chromecap puts out the video, well, it's going to be very interesting. Let's just put it that way. It's going to be very interesting. Well, it's the new generation of gamers. They don't care about quality. They don't care about... Okay, what did I lie about? You know, it's funny how they give me no examples. What did I lie about? Oh, here we go. CTR. Here we go. I didn't...
Thank you.
You notice how they just dance around it.
These refans need to get a job and get a life.
Well, they certainly need to apply at Starbucks or something if they got one in the area. I'd love to do that, but it's a little too complicated, I'll tell you. You have to memorize all of those drinks and get them out efficiently. I can't do that. A Triadic bus coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Triadic bus coming through.
CTR 8008.
Okay, but what does that have to do with what you were talking about earlier?
Super chat. You played on assisted
What does
loading
me having... What? No. That's not a talking point, brother. That's not a talking point. Yeah, I probably did miss content, but a lot of people, when they played Red Dead Redemption 2, they missed a lot of content too. A lot of people, when they played The Witcher 3, they missed content too. Not everyone's able to see everything that the game has to offer, and I couldn't because I was always plowing through the game because it's like we had to get our final review out, final thoughts rather out, as the game released because we had it early, okay? So I don't understand what playing on easy has to do with anything. It literally changes nothing about the game outside of, well, what it changes, which is just bullet sponge enemies and stuff of that nature. You didn't even play the game thoroughly, not even close to thoroughly. I played it twice on the air, but I couldn't show you the footage. How do you know what I played and what I didn't? What's your definition of thoroughly? Get the fuck out of here. It's fucking alt accounts, dude. You got to get these people out here. It's ridiculous. They got nothing to talk about outside of you played it on easy, you got a skill issue, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what you're doing in the game. And it's like, sweetheart, I beat the game. I was the first streamer to beat this game live on the air, okay? First streamer to beat this game live on the air. First streamer to do it. First streamer to beat this game live on the air. First streamer to beat that game.
Thank you.
Give Me Balance donated £2 through Super Chat. What happened to the I Made You stream with?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll tell you what, your mother called and she told me that she didn't appreciate what you were saying. It's like 4 a.m. in Liverpool. Why aren't you in bed? Yeah, didn't find the throne room. Who cares? It looks like shit. Didn't need to see it after I saw it from a screenshot. It looked terrible. You just aren't good at playing video games. Let me guess. Go to channel. When was this account made? Today. Guarantee. Watch this. So predictable. So obvious. About. Yep. Practically. The bulldozer section had no reason to be there. Don't care. Irrelevant opinion. 10 out of 10. Start banning these losers in here. Oh wait, we got no mods. Keep lying to your fan base, bro? How am I lying? You can't give examples of how I'm lying. How am I lying to my fan base? If anyone's lying, it ain't me. It's a bunch of other fucking clowns on this platform seeking attention, approval, validation, and pandering. How am I lying? I didn't lie at all. I already told you what I just said about it. Give me other examples of how I lied. You can't.
I steal popular names for likes.
Idiot.
Donated $20 through Super Chat.
Stupid
These
idiot.
shows are quaking in their boots. This is because they saw that Resident Evil will never be Game of the Year after seeing the new Zelda gameplay. It is clear that Zelda will destroy Resident
That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Nintendo will plow through this slop right here, I'll tell you that. Popular names coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Coming through really hard and really strong. The current king of the jungle. Popular names coming through really hard and really strong with the $20 super chat. Let's go. Give me examples of how I lied about this game, because I'd love to fucking hear them. I was reasonable with you, but now you're not being reasonable. So we have no reason to let you come in here and keep running your mouth because you're pushing out garbage. That's what you're doing. You're pushing out garbage. I already said I was wrong about the throne room. Okay? If that ain't enough for you, then you can leave. I already said I was wrong about the throne room. What else was I wrong about? Yeah, you can't. You got nothing. Well, you're going to switch to stream the new Zelda? Probably not. No, I haven't played the Resident Evil 4 remake since we last played it on stream, and we're not playing it again. There's nothing left for me to see in that game. I don't want to see the throne room. I don't care. I've already seen it on a video. I don't need to play that game ever again. It was a great rental, but that's about it. Yeah, we did see WrestleMania last night. It was pretty fantastic, and tonight it's going to be probably even better. We're going to see what they do with the Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes storyline. And I think I know what they're going to do.
Luis Hernandez donated $4.99 through Super Chat. The true liar was Capcom, saying there
Well,
is
they
no
don't
cut
care.
content.
They've cut content out of all of these remakes, and literally zero people care. The only one they cared about was Resident Evil 3, which makes no sense. Which makes zero sense. Luis Hernandez coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Well, the takes are so bad you can't help but react to it. So I guess I'm getting that dub, ain't it?
It's over.
You can't help but make 400 alts and just
Bobby
spam the same old thing.
donated $4.99 through Super Chat. I'm glad you're alive after the tornado.
Yeah, the weather was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. The weather was pretty fucking wicked, bro. It got pretty wild a little bit later on here today. I mean, not later. The other day, it got a little bit later on in that day. I got a little wild. The storm did come through. I don't know if it was a tornado, but it was pretty powerful. The storm was pretty powerful, and things got knocked over, blown down, and you can probably hear some chainsaws in the background. There's a lot of trees that fucked up. A lot of trees that got fucked up here. Are you getting Dead Island 2? Probably, but there's really not much to say about that game, to be totally frank. There's really not much to say. I mean, it's just another zombie game where you slash some zombies. I mean, that's basically what it is. Doesn't seem like it's bringing anything new to the table. There isn't any cut content. No, there is cut content. I don't know what you're talking about. How is there not any cut content? Like, I mean, there's no way you're being serious with that talking point, because it makes zero sense. Like, anyone with a fucking... I'm not even going to entertain it. How is there not cut content? Like, I literally... Just please describe that to me in a way that makes sense. How is there not cut content here in this game? That is unequivocally false. How is there not cut content in this game? It's unequivocally false. I mean, you can defend the game, but to say there's not cut content, that's unequivocally false. Because I could have the same narrative for Resident Evil 3 Remake, and I know you guys don't like that game. Now, some will play that, a contrarian and say they like it just, for the sake of saying that. But, we could argue Resident Evil 3, by that definition, by your logic, we could argue Resident Evil 3 Remake has no cut content as well. And would you agree with that? Would you agree with that Resident Evil 3 Remake has no cut content? Because, I could use your talking points and come at that game with that perspective using your logic. And it just wouldn't make much sense, because they've cut content in that game. They cut content in Resident Evil 2 Remake. Maybe your definition of cut content is different than mine, but when you take away things from the cheeseburger, and it's, you take away, it's just no longer the same recipe, the same formula. So... Really wonder what the narrative's going to be when that Crope Cat motion picture releases. Really wonder what this narrative is going to... How are the shills going to defend it after that? Because... It's over! It's going to be hard.
Snare FG donated $10 through Super Chat. Did you see John Cena at WrestleMania? He was in the crowd, and then he pulled out a copy of Re4R and said Giddy and threw it into the crowd.
Well, I would probably stop watching if he did that. Smurf coming through. Hell yeah. By the way, appreciate that as it gets windier and windier out here. No, it's not a more refined product. You have Leon S. Kennedy looking for the president's daughter. There's no sense of urgency. You're roaming around playing fucking Indiana Jones treasure hunter. You're roaming around doing these dumbass puzzles in the caves. It's shit. Garbage. Y'all like it because it's fucking got great graphics. Like, oh yeah, great graphics. It's over.
Bald Lesbian donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Resident Evil 4 Remake needs criticism.
If I like the game, why did
it's
I...
one of those games nobody wants to criticize. Just like Elden Ring, Bear, Wolf.
No, I think Elden Ring had... I honestly believe Elden Ring had more criticism than this game. I mean, more people had problems... We'll wait for this to play out.
Woman breastfeeding, men holding hands.
Oh, gee williker.
Men holding hands, woman breastfeeding.
Oh, my God.
Men holding hands, woman breastfeeding. Men holding hands, woman breastfeeding.
Oh. Well, I just really wonder how the shills and... when Crope Cat puts out the motion picture, let's just... I mean, I can't wait. I mean, it's probably going to be a few more weeks. Could be another month. Who knows? Quality takes time. But regardless, I mean, when that does release and when that does drop, I mean, fuck me, dude. It's going to be very interesting to see how the narrative will shift. Because it will. Because Crope Cat has a keen eye on honing in on stuff that most people don't even fucking notice. And he puts it all together and tells a story. And that's why his motion pictures get millions and millions of views, because they're that damn fucking good. And no one's on his level. So when that motion picture does release, whenever that time is, it's going to be very interesting to see the reaction. And to see probably the narrative shift a little bit. Because, I could sit out here and say there's cut content. I could show you the cut content, but they're just going to sit there and say it's not cut content. And, they didn't change this, they didn't change that. And, it's just excuse city in here from the Remake shills. So why waste my time doing it? And I'm not good at editing. Yeah, we're watching WrestleMania later tonight. Yep. Well, I mean, you can look at you can look at the user scores for this game. Why are they so low then? Why are the user scores so low? Oh, they don't matter. The user scores don't matter now. But they did when Saints Row came out, and you hated Saints Row, right? When Saints Row came out and you guys hated Saints Row, the user scores mattered then, but now they don't because it doesn't fit your narrative. That's bias. That's what you have a narrative. I'm not saying you can't like the game. You can like the game, but I don't know why you would come over here and continue to argue. Because I'm right at the end of the day. I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I'll come out and say I'm wrong. It's not that hard. I come out and I said, look, the throne room is in the game. I missed it. I missed it twice. In fact, I've never seen it in the game. But I had no reason to believe it was actually in the game. Nope, no stream tonight. We're doing this one and that's it. We're doing this stream and that's it. And we'll probably be back tomorrow or some other shit like that. We'll see. We're not streaming any games tonight. Nope. No game stream tonight. All right, this guy just made an account. Let's see. Yep. Oh, it's the same guy. Saints Row is garbage. I disagree just to say I disagree to you. Fake fans are saying the OG RE4 is outdated. Yeah, it's sad. It really is. Crocat hasn't done a video in 5 months. Well, what do you want me to tell you? What are you saying with that? I mean, what is your point with that comment? I don't understand. I legitimately don't understand. Are you implying he's not making an RE4 video despite him coming in here and basically confirming it by updating his descriptions? It's not my problem you don't watch this show. We've had 2 confirmations from Crocat this son of a bitch is coming, and it's going to take time. If you want McDonald's, go to McDonald's. If you want the fucking steak sizzled to perfection, that's going to take time. Let it marinate. Entirely shills in here. It's windy as fuck out here. Entirely shills. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I'm not playing Diablo 4, bro. I'm not playing Diablo 4. I don't care about that game, so I don't cover it. I don't cover every game. Everyone says I hate every game, and it's like, it's ironic. Well, it's not ironic, but it's funny because I don't even cover every game that releases. If I covered every game and said it sucked, then it's like, okay, yeah, this guy is a fucking clown. Put the wig on, and there you go. But I don't cover the games I don't care about. I don't know how hard that is to understand. Get him out of here. They got nothing to say. They got no talking points. They got no talking points. No, we're not playing Resident. We're not playing any games. I don't want to play games anymore. Have no interest in. We're taking a break on the gaming streams. I have no desire to play any games. Yep. When it releases, we'll react to it and look at it. Get it out. Get it out. It's the same old garbage. If they had legitimate talking points, I would entertain it, but they're just saying crap to get a reaction. And they know it works. Because my chat's slow. That's why they come over here and take advantage, because they know it's a dead channel, and they say, well, we can just run the whole fucking show. You know? You think about it. If you're going to troll a streamer, you don't troll one that's popular. You troll one that's kind of you haven't heard of. So you can just kind of just take over the whole fucking show. So that's why they continue to come in here for literally years straight. Because it's easier to get attention. You want to troll XQC? You can't troll XQC. That chat's moving 100 miles an hour. You can't troll that chat. You come over here to a dead show and dead channel. You come over here and run the whole fucking show, essentially. You know, so from a troll's perspective, I get that very much so. I do. Because if you were going to pick a channel to troll, you would, you know, pick a smaller channel, because you're going to get the loudest. If the chat's not moving, the chat's not moving, you know, and you can get it moving. And you'll get those reactions from the streamers that you're clamoring for, you know. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense from a troll perspective, absolutely. Should open up calls. A great suggestion, but the audio is so terrible, and it's very windy out here, and we would love to open up calls. Let's start banning some of these people. Now, they probably ban mods to get around that, so that's why you guys don't see these, but I'm seeing these messages that are so disgusting. Even big channels are sensitive to trolls. I don't think they have time for that shit. Big channels, you think XQC gives a shit? I doubt it. They should keep the Resident Evil, blah, 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 blah. And getting people to respond because having a bad take is not a W. Oh, let me guess who you are. I don't care if people respond. The show's going on regardless if people respond. I don't care. You're the one that's responding, and I'm responding to you, and I'm giving you everything you want. But I'm actually working you because, well, it's a 5D play out here. And if you can't figure that out, well, then you wouldn't understand the wrestling business. Watch WrestleMania tonight and see if you can understand it. Without saying it's just fake, you know, because I already know that's the rhetoric you would come at it with, like, oh, yeah, this is fake. Why would anyone watch this? You know? I don't think a lot of people understand wrestling. I really honestly don't. And they say kayfabe is dead. I don't believe that. I think it's very much so alive. More alive than it's ever been. It's essentially the equivalent to the Marvel franchise and how they got people to believe that Spider-Man's actually a fucking superhero living in New York City. You know, Marvel did so well with that, and they got everyone's ass in that seat to watch the new Spider-Man Homecoming or Marvel's Avengers Infinity War or whatever those fucking movies are called. I didn't go see them because I'm not a fucking... I don't like that shit. Doesn't do anything for me. I mean, well, I did watch the new Spider-Man because they brought back all of the Spider-Mans. But I'm not, you know, jumping up and down. I'm like, oh, it's cool to see Tobey Maguire in this gig again. But, you know, some people believe that Tobey Maguire... well, I'm just not going to explain it because it goes pretty fucking... You know, there's layers to this shit. And that's how Marvel operates so incredibly well. And that's why they make billion-dollar box office hits. Because they bring the normies in. They get the normies to believe in this shit. Like, you know, Thor's actually a real person. And here's Chris Hart... whoever Thor is in real life. You know, they get... It's a very odd dynamic. It's a very odd and peculiar dynamic. But it works so incredibly well. It works so incredibly well. Oh, God damn it. Oh. Marvel is kind of dead now? That I disagree. They got a big lineup coming. What you mean, homie? How is Marvel dead, dude? Let me see the release catalog. Marvel. Marvel movies release schedule. They got these lined up for the next decade or so, probably at this point. Release order. Here, let's see. No, there was a chart that showed when all of these movies were releasing. And I don't know where that is. Here we go. No, I went all the way up to like 2024, some shit like that. I don't know where it is. But the point is that let's see if this is it. No, all those came out already. There was a new chart that had the next releases for the next 5 or so years. This wind is unbelievable out here. Holy fucking shit. As I'm sure you can hear. Holy shit. Way windier than the tornado day. Holy fuck. Jesus Lord. Way windier than the tornado day. Ugh. Their movies have been flopping hard. I don't know if I agree on that. I don't think they're... How is Marvel flopping? Just because some idiots are whining about it on the internet? Who cares? It still makes $1 billion at the box office. Marvel knows what they're doing. If you give a shit enough to fucking whine about it, then obviously they're doing something right. But you probably can't wrap your head around that. Because it's like wrestling. If you don't really get wrestling, then there you go. You don't get it. Most people don't get wrestling. They think they do, but then they get worked constantly. It's like, well, you're getting worked. Like, you don't understand it. Okay. Summer of 2023, Echo. I don't know what the fuck that is. Ironheart, The Marvel, Daredevil. Spring of 2024. Captain America 2024. Blade 2023. Guardians of the Galaxy, May of 2023. I don't know if that's still coming out. This might be old. I would assume they would have a trailer out by now. All right, we're going to be winding this one down a little bit short here. As the wind, we were not prepared for the weather here. It's a little bit chillier than I anticipated. So we'll give it another 10 or so minutes here, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm trying to see this Marvel release schedule here, and I'm not seeing anything. I haven't watched any of those Marvel movies, bro. I mean, outside of the new Spider-Man, that's it. Haven't seen Iron Man, none of that shit. I don't care. I don't go to the movie theaters to see that stuff. Michael Jackson is alive. Is there supposed to be a Spider-Man Venom collab film coming? Probably. Well, Spider-Man 2 is going to have Venom in it, so there you go. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, man. What is the temperature out here? It certainly doesn't feel like what it says. This wind is killer. Trying to read the chat here and play off the chat, but the chat is not. We're talking about Marvel, so it's like we want to wrap the show up. We can't keep it on track. Obviously, people don't care enough to talk about it, so it's like there's only so much I can say. I mean, I don't know what else I could do. There's nothing else to talk about. I mean, we could talk about Dead Island 2, but there's nothing to say about that. I mean, the only thing I know to talk about that's actually big and would be Starfield, but there's not much to go off of that either, so don't leave us. Well, it's chilly out here. You can look up the weather for yourself if you think I'm lying, which I'm sure most people do. Weather, I don't care, but I'll care enough to entertain it. Weather... Let's see what it feels like with the wind. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck. All right, weather. What is the damn... God, this Weather Channel fucking page sucks. 20 to 30 mile per hour wind, I guess. I don't know. I can't...
Thank you.
Ty Slim donated $1.99.
Holy shit.
Do you think Reigns is this gym's best wrestler?
Yeah, I think he is the best. I think what they got going on is incredible. But I think it will... Well, you'll see what happens tonight. I think I have this figured out. I think I have it figured out how they're going to book it tonight. But Cody is going over. Cody is going over tonight. But the big question is, how are they going to put Cody over without making Roman look like, because they got to make Roman look like $1 million still, but how are you going to put Cody over in a way that makes sense? I think I know how they're going to do it. But I will be shocked, surprised if Roman retains tonight. I honestly will. So, we'll see. Where do we see the... Okay, it's 21 mile per hour winds out here. And what is the feels like temperature? Well, we don't get that information on the Weather Channel here. But it is. It says it's 56. I don't believe it. That's bullshit, bro. That ain't right. That ain't right, bro. Because, if it is, it don't feel like that. Ugh. Oh, my God. All right. We're going to wrap it up here. It's too cold. We're going to wrap it up here. We're going to wrap it up here. That's it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, support the show, and we will see you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Take care.